Lifestyles Peer Educators. My name is Alicia Czachowski. I am a graduate of SUNY Oswego, and in December of 2004, I majored in public justice with a minor in health. I'm currently sitting in my office at Tulane University, where I am the Director of Public Health Initiatives and Assessment. So I manage our health promotion department at Tulane University. So I have students, I have peer educators here that work for my office. So I've come full circle. Really, two things. First, when I went to orientation way back in the day in the summer of 2001, there was a peer theater troupe that did part of summer orientation. And they acted out skits of life in general and what we could expect. And I loved it. They were funny. It was engaging. Then we got to go off and meet with one of the peer educators and debrief in a facilitated conversation about the skits that we saw. And it was probably my favorite part of orientation. And I was like, okay, this is cool. I wonder how they get to do this. So the other thing that was going on at this period of time was I was helping to teach the Oswego High School marching band. And there was another former peer educator who had graduated, Brandy Noyes, and she was like, oh my gosh, you're at Oswego. You need to go get involved with the Lifestyles Peer Educators. It would be so much fun for you. So those two things together was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. So I applied my freshman year and got in and did my training in, would have been spring of 2002. And never looked back. I loved it. Clearly, I enjoyed it. I'm still kind of doing it. It kind of changed my life. So my first semester I did, I think my first year I did alcohol and other drugs, and then I moved on to sexual violence prevention work. I helped manage the Toilet Talk publication. I did the National College Health Assessment back when it used to be paper and pencil. We went to classrooms and handed out the survey, learned to do workshops. It was amazing. And I ended up being able to, I auditioned and got to be a part of the orientation theater troupe, which was awesome. So yeah, I was pretty quiet when I came into peer education, and it gave me a voice, helped me to kind of establish myself, learn how to facilitate conversations, have hard conversations. It was amazing. Yeah. I also got to travel a little bit and go to a couple different conferences, both in New York and then out. We went to one in Florida and another one in Providence, Rhode Island. Probably now that I've come full circle and I know what it's like to be an advisor, maybe be a little bit less obnoxious to my advisor. I was kind of a pain in his butt. Other than that, I don't know that I would have done anything differently. I really enjoyed what I did. I really did a lot of different things while I was a peer educator, so I don't know that there was anything I really wish I was involved with more. Probably the one area that I didn't do as much training in back then was sexual health, which I did more once I got to grad school, but that's one area where I think I probably could have done a little bit more. Since I was spending most of my time doing alcohol and other drugs work, because that was really my interest area when I went to school. My undergraduate degree is in public justice. I was going to be a police officer. Clearly, that is not what I'm doing right now. It completely changed my career. By the time I was a senior at Oswego, I was like, huh, this is fun. I like it. I like prevention. I like the idea of potentially stopping problems before they start. So I went and got my master's in public health and pursued a career doing what my advisor had done, what Shelley does, um, what I had seen other professionals at conferences I went to do, and now I get to live that every single day. How I apply it more so to my life is just I like being in a college setting because it means I get to constantly learn, constantly grow. I get to not only hear about the new health and well-being issues that impact college students, but I also get to learn about new technology, new social media, new cultural references. Working on a college campus keeps you young because you constantly are working with pretty much 18 to 24-year-olds. So that's one part of it. I think another part of it is that one of the things that I kind of apply to my life is just an interest in kind of seeing things, going places, traveling to a couple of the conferences and learning about the world from my fellow peer educators and my advisor. It was just like it opened a whole new world for me. So it definitely fed my love of travel and love of going new places. So not 100% connected to the peer education, but more that's connected to the people from my peer education group. I think one of the biggest things is it's given me lifelong friends. Looking at it's been almost 20 years. And in that time, I still have friends from my freshman year of college, from being a peer educator, that I know if I picked up the phone right now and called them, they happily have a conversation with me. It's given me colleagues across the country, people who I knew as a peer educator who were advisors at the time. I now call my friends. I now call my colleagues. It has given me a whole group of human beings in the world that I love and care for.